Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I'm Taylor, of course, and today I have some guests with me. So I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Michael and Becky, are you guys here?
Hi, Taylor. Yep, I'm here.
Michael, I don't think I can hear you on the Zoom, but Becky, awesome. All right, so we're going to have some fun talking about Apple today. And
There we go. Now I
all
should be able
right,
to be heard.
okay. I keep hearing myself twice. This is really annoying. Okay, so
Mm.
welcome, Michael and Becky. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're gonna talk some Apple today, and it's been an interesting week. But I think before that, we need to talk about an app that will really revolutionize your Apple devices. Michael, go ahead.
Can I be heard? Can you all hear me?
Yes, you can be
Okay,
heard.
great. Um, I was making it just look like something was on that should not have been. Okay, excellent. So, yes, hello everybody. My name is Michael, and it's good to be here with everybody today. Um, the app we wanted to talk to you about is Perspective Intelligence. The Perspective Intelligence app is an app that we've all worked on. It is a AI app that you could use all on device on your phone or iPad and soon to be Mac. It lets you basically talk to AI that is built from Apple, and it lets you complete tasks if you have our all access. Um, Portion of that is about $6 a month, $50 a year. You could do things like send email, connect, do a web search, check the weather, and do all those kind of things from your phone. So I hope that you guys check that out, perspectiveintelligence.app, and I'm sure Taylor will put it in the video's description. So
Just did.
thank you so much for checking out the app, and I'm really excited to know your thoughts. So let me know, and we're gonna have a new feature drop and bug fix version for it very, very soon. So very excited about that.
Yes, but as much and as awesome as our app is, I think equally as exciting as the new Apple updates, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, let's get into some of those. If you guys are in the chat, go ahead and say hi. Tell me what you guys are looking forward to. I know that I've had a really good week, like covering all of this stuff on my Substack. If you guys are subscribed there, you guys have seen the myriad of emails. Um, but hopefully you guys have liked those. And if you're not subscribed to my Substack or Michael's Substack, yes, he has one finally. Um,
And I write in it too.
TaylorArt.substack.com.
I've had one for a while, but I actually write in it now.
I know. So I'll put both Substacks in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to those if you guys like our writing or you like what we do. That'd be really cool. And yeah, it's kind of some news there. But um where do we want to start, Michael?
So I think we start small and work our way up. So the iPhone 17e, as I like to call it, which is the 17e, but
Yeah.
I still like to call this iPhone 17e.
It's definitely a good phone. I would probably use it as my beta phone.
I,
Um,
you
yeah.
know, I think it's a good beta phone. I think it's a good, cheaper phone. I think if somebody doesn't want to pay the amount for a regular iPhone, this is a good one to go with.
I would agree with that. I think, maybe if you really don't do a tremendous amount of things on your phone that take a lot of power and a lot of, you know, you don't use LiDAR, for instance. You don't, need a lot of the things that like the Pro or the Pro Max offer. then maybe this phone's a better alternative for you.
Hmm. I agree.
Totally. I was just looking at something on Mastodon, so I just got a question, but I will answer that in just a second. So yeah, definitely. I'm thinking about using it as like a secondary phone to test our app because I guarantee you a lot of people will have that phone.
Or they have phones like it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think
It
it's
start,
definitely worth having it.
I think it starts at 599 from my recollection. Um, it
Yes.
does. It just does. It has the notch. It doesn't have the dynamic island or those kind of things. So no lidar, and you can find all the features online. I don't think. I mean, unless you want to, Taylor, I don't think we need to go through the whole features because, I, I mean, again, all that stuff's online.
Yeah, I never, like I said, if you guys really want the feature breakdowns, go to my Substack and online. And all the articles in the description have all the features in them anyway.
Yep.
Is this something you're gonna buy, Michael? Or
No,
Becky?
no, honestly, no. Even for a beta phone, I don't know that I'd buy one. I would probably, if I were to get a beta phone, I'd pay a little more money and get an iPhone 17.
Really? Can you explain your reasoning?
It's kind of the middle of the road. It's what kind of the average user would buy. So I would probably go with that. And they're the same size. Like if it was a smaller phone, yeah, I would probably be considering that, but it's not.
So who do you think the iPhone 17e is marketed at then?
Anybody that wants to spend the least amount they can on a phone. I saw on a podcast somebody said the E in iPhone, the E in the lineup means enough for it to be sellable. Don't know
Interesting.
that. Don't think that's what that actually means, but it fits.
Hmm. So basically just the bare minimum.
Right.
Okay. That I never thought about it that way.
Becky, is this a phone you would buy?
No, I, love the Pro version of the phone. The Pro Max is way too big for me. I have smaller hands. I don't want the big old phone in my hand, which too much weight, too heavy. But the Pro is good, and I like all the features that it offers. I would miss those features. So for me, no. How about you, Taylor? Would you buy this phone?
Maybe as a beta phone, but again, I'd probably go spend a little bit more money and get the 17. We have a chat message. Doug Oliver says, "Hello, welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoy." So yeah, I don't think I would buy this at all. I don't know. I guess I don't. Like, it's an okay phone for the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I think though if you spend $200 more, or whatever it is, right, Michael,
Yes.
$200 more,
Mhm.
I think you could get a little bit of better phone with a 17.
Yes, you would. Um, I mean, not much. Really and truthfully, it's not much better. Well, you get a better screen, that is for sure. So, I mean, it just depends on what you want to buy, right?
And can't you still compare models on Apple's site? Because you used to be able to compare
Oh,
those. And so
absolutely.
if you really wanted to know, you could compare the 17E, or as Michael calls it, the 17E, and the 17, and really see the big difference in specs, to really understand where the extra money will go for you.
Yeah, your Doug's not buying this. Yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Um, I don't know. It was kind of a disappointment for me. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's not a disappointment to me. I think it's a nice phone. I think it's just another one. It's another phone. It's what it is.
I would agree. It wasn't disappointment. It wasn't anything. It was just, it's a phone. Okay.
Yeah,
Moving on to something more exciting. Is kind of
like
Yeah,
how I felt about the
like
whole
the
thing.
iPad Air.
Right.
That was a good segue, Becky. You worked that in really well.
good job.
Why, thank you.
So the
Now the
iPad Air.
now there's something to talk about. New iPad Air.
Well, I'm curious about this because they bumped it up to. They didn't put an M5 in the Air. They put an M4
Why do you suppose that is?
to keep the prices down.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
So it went to an M4. I think it has 8 or 12 gigs of RAM, if memory serves. And let me just go pull up the Apple website. Um, like I'm on the web. I could just go look. And the it has some great features. It really does. But I'm curious. While I look this up, Becky, you just upgraded to an iPad Air, and we've talked about this. But I'm curious. Do you regret um not
Waiting?
waiting? Hmm.
No. No, I don't regret not waiting because the one I had originally died. So I upgraded to, I needed an iPad. It needed to happen. Uh, I missed my iPad very much. I'm going to reach for it, be like, oh yeah, that's right, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. Um, so, I didn't I don't regret that I did not wait for a new one for this newest model because you know what? I think the M3 works just fine for what I'm using the iPad for, just testing and playing around with Swift code and whatever, streaming a TV show or you know browsing the web. Like I'm not doing anything super that's really gonna make it work really hard, except maybe Swift playgrounds. But
Maybe.
Well, you're not doing editing. You're not doing a lot of those things.
no.
You
How
know,
about you? Would you upgrade? Either of you? I know you have a Pro, Michael, but
I I don't know that I will. I mean, I use my iPad, but like I'm trying to find uses for it. Although it's been a great perspective transcribe device. Oh wait, was I supposed to say that? Anyway,
yeah, that's
um
fine.
well, okay, we'll have to get into that in a little bit, so stay tuned on the stream. Don't go away. So it's been a great recording device. I've been using it for our testing sessions because what I've been actually doing is recording myself going through our app, and then I record bugs that need to go into our system. And so it's a really great device for that kind of thing where I have my phone as like the main device, and then I've got the iPad as the iPad is recording the main of where I'm actually testing it on my phone. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That's actually the main use for my iPad currently. So I probably wouldn't upgrade. I don't need to.
So here's the thing. The iPad Air comes in 128 gig all the way up to a terabyte, and um it will go through 13. It goes 11 and 13 inches. Starting at 599 and goes up from there. So it's not a bad deal for that iPad. It's the same price as that phone.
Pretty much, yes.
So, do y'all have anything else we want to talk about with the
Don't
Air?
think so.
No, I don't think so. What's next?
Um, well, how about the MacBook Air?
Oh,
Ooh.
So, Taylor, what do you think about this one? What are your thoughts?
Well, here's the thing. If anybody knew and watched my streams for the last 6 months, you know that this M2 MacBook Air is, might I just say, I've outgrown it like 2 years ago. But besides the point, I need more than an Air. I've got Parallels running, I'm doing Xcode, I'm doing simulators, Discord, Zoom. I mean, I've got so much stuff running sometimes, and so I need a more powerful machine. The Air is great for the middle of the road Mac. We'll talk about that later. But the Air is definitely not what I need. I need like a M Pro or M5 Pro Max, which maybe is coming later. We'll see. Probably. And I'm excited about that. So I will not be getting an Air. I don't need it in this instance.
So, they've gone up in price by $100. They're going to be 1099 um instead of what is it?
999.
999.
That's fine because you get more storage.
Yeah, I think they start at 512 if I'm not mistaken.
Or is it a Tera?
No, it's not a terabyte on the Airs for sure. It's only the Pros.
Okay, that'd be a little insane.
Yeah, it would. So, Becky, if you were not going to be getting a Mac and you had to get a Mac, would you go with an Air or would you go with one of the other models we'll cover later?
oh, I would not go with an Air just because, you know, if I were to get a Mac, I, would want one that would be s- able to handle all of the coding and the AI and all the things. But nope, uh, not that's not the one for me. I think that could do some of it, but I don't think it could do all the things I'd want it to do. And so, not for me. How about you?
I would have an Air as a good travel device. I've had an Air. I've had the one that Taylor has,
Oh,
and
wow.
it can do more than you think it can. Like, they're as powerful as most professional Windows machines, and I say that honestly. They can do some pretty crazy workloads. So, um, you'll be surprised with what an Air can do. I mean, Taylor, you're using an M2 Air to do all of your workloads, and yes, you're seeing some struggle points, but you're doing a lot on an M2 Air. We're up to M5 Air now, right?
Yeah, I need to upgrade. Let's just put it straight. I mean, like right now, I've got Zoom and then I also have Parallels because I restream chat checking on the chat, which by the way, we do have some, which I'll get to in a second. But yes, I'm doing a lot with my M2 Air and it's I think it's seen a lot of better days. I've gotten a lot of work out of it though.
Yeah.
But it's time for me to have something with a fan so that I don't feel like I have a little heater in the winter.
Yes. So,
We do have some chats. Do you want me to go those real
yeah, let's
quick?
go through some chats.
Thank you for everybody who's watching. So, Doug says this is basically for the 17E, the phone from last year with some upgraded parts.
Yep.
Then we have Zach M2698. The MacBook Airs start at 512 um, for the Air and a terabyte for the Pro.
Yep. We're going to get to the Pro in just a bit.
The only reason I buy an the only reason I buy a Mac is for porting Android apps to iOS and a markdown and even markdown editor. Oh, he made for Android, and I'm sure the rest of the blind community would enjoy for iOS. Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. You know, that's a good point for an Air. That would be a good use case for the Air. So, okay. Any other
Fantastic.
comments on y'all side?
Nope, I think I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, Michael,
So,
what's next?
should we go in order of what was announced, or should we work our way up to the really cool stuff?
I don't know.
The cool stuff should be saved the best for last. What do
That
you
way people
think?
tune in.
Well, I guess here's the question. What is the cool stuff? Is the cool stuff the Pro lineup, or is the cool stuff the new announcement?
I'd go with
Hmm,
the the bigger, better, amazingness is the cool stuff to me. But what do you guys think?
I don't know. Vote in chat. I think we should talk. I don't know, Michael. I think, we'll see what chat says, but I think you should make your decision. It's up to you.
Let's go with the cool stuff first that is not Pro. Let's leave the Pro for last.
Okay.
Even the best for last.
Let's talk about the newest topic, the Neo MacBook or the MacBook Neo.
Yeah.
The one that's been trending still on X for 3 days.
Hate that name, by the way. Hate that name.
Me too.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
My Mac keeps correcting it to Neon because that's the database provider we use. And shout out to Neon. This is not sponsored, but it's
I,
sponsored
I
by Michael.
I really want to. I want to get this laptop, and I want to throw um, Perspective Studio, hint hint, that Taylor's making
Wink, wink.
on that laptop, and see if I can bring it to its knees with some MLX models.
Yeah.
I think it
And
would be really fun doing some benchmark testing with that thing just to see what it could and couldn't do. That's your budget Mac.
yes,
And I probably are you guys gonna get one of these?
No.
for a beta machine, I probably will. I won't lie. I probably will.
Me too.
And it's something you could throw in a bag and not care if it, breaks. But in saying that, it's 500. It's $600,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have a fan, just like the MacBook Air. It's using the A18 Pro chip, which is a good chip, and 8 gigs of RAM. Do you know why they couldn't put 16 in there?
The chip will not support it.
Right, it was built specifically for iPhones, and the RAM is on top of the chip.
That is crazy. So basically, you have an iPhone chip running a MacBook, which is kind of
Yes,
incredible
but
that
this is not
iPhone
the first
chips are that.
time.
No, I know you were saying that the other day, which is just kind of crazy.
Hmm. And you could do everything with those iPhone chips on a Mac. So that tells you that the iPhone is so underpowered for the things you could do on that chip.
What I'd really like to see you do, Michael, is throw Xcode on that thing and build an app and see what happens.
Me
Oh,
too.
believe me, I want to. I want to get some of the. I bet there's going to be some YouTubers. And I could think of a couple that will be doing benchmarks to see what makes this thing just crawl.
It would be very interesting.
It would. It would be very interesting to find out. But it's 13 inches, comes in 4 colors: silver, citrus, blush, and indigo.
Indigo.
And it's you get two variants: 512, 256, and 512. The 256 variant does not have Touch ID, just a lock button. So you're going to be entering your password a lot. Or unlock with Apple Watch.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's fascinating to think about.
Yeah.
And the 512 gig does have Touch ID, so that's going to work really well. It has a diving board key, trackpad and no backlit keys, so that's how they're saving money there.
There's a video from Apple Insider that really goes through the differences between that and the MacBook Air. I highly recommend you guys check it out because it goes through every single difference and every single spec.
And it also has uh, one USB-C 3 port
And
and
one
one
USB.
regular USB-C 2.0 port, which is kind of a shame because that's going to be really, really slow.
And no Thunderbolt.
Nope. And no MagSafe. So charging it is all through USB-C. So that's going to be fun.
We have a lot of chatters. All right, y'all, keep chatting it up. So we have, do we do this real quick, Michael?
Yeah, go ahead.
Zach says I'm not going on for very long about this because I got plenty of words to say. 8 GB of RAM, it's not the worst, but not great. I'd shoot it up to 12 GB, but oh, cut off. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Doug says I might get it for learning Swift UI in the future. Is that would be a good one to learn Swift UI?
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
a
Neo.
machine for any of that. Yeah.
Oh, you get MacBook Pro for learning Swift UI down the road. Okay, got it. I didn't know how to read the chat. Okay. So yeah, I will get one of these probably as my beta device, but I first need to get my big Mac with a. I'm gonna get something else. You'll find out later. Stick around. Don't leave.
What do you want on that Big Mac? Lettuce, tomato,
I want a bunch of RAM and a bunch of storage.
cheese. I know Becky doesn't want cheese on her Big Mac.
I want a bunch of components and a bunch of storage.
Well,
NPU cores.
well, you know.
Well, you know what?
I mean, it kind of goes. I mean, if you have never mind. That's just funny. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, let's get that out of
You
the
you
way.
could have the dark colored like MacBook Pro and then put the citrus colored, which is a yellow, not really a green, but a yellow. Put that citrus color on top of the dark colored MacBook Pro, and it almost looked like a grilled cheese instead of a Big Mac. But you know, there's
Okay, Michael.
that.
Let's move on.
We know where
um,
your mind's at.
well, I mean, there's always a mention of food in these streams.
Yes, there is. I
We don't
know.
have Payon or Michael to come in and talk about what he's having for
We're
dinner.
technically working. He actually finally
Yeah,
finishes
he's technically
YouTube.
working right now.
Always.
He's being a good leader at leadership.
Ah, Zach's like, you want 256 gigs of storage and 16 gigs of RAM? LOL. No, I do not want that. Thank you.
I mean, here's the thing on that smaller laptop though, guys. It's good. It's good for what it is for the price. I mean, it's a MacNet Book Pro or a MacNet Book.
Oh my god. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, if you just want to experiment with Mac and you've never used a Mac before, that's probably your best bet rather than going all the way up to the top and getting the best of the lot. Because what if you find that Mac is not working well for you? Which, I mean, I don't know why you would, but some people don't like it. But Macs are awesome.
Yeah, and even at that small range, it's going to be good. and I mean, yes, there are some trade-offs, but what's really fascinating, and a lot of people don't think about this, but if you take the price of the iPad, not the iPad Air or anything else, and you add a Magic Keyboard to it, you got the MacBook Neo. Think about that. So why, if you need all those things, why are you going to go out and buy the iPad, nothing, just the iPad, and get a keyboard, other than to have a touchscreen laptop with a keyboard? You can just get a MacBook Neo and have a much better operating system experience and
Well,
actually be
Amadeus
able to
Pro.
develop.
Oh, sorry, Michael. I didn't want to cut you off.
You're fine.
Well, Amadeus Pro and Audio Hijack work well with the Neo. Developer says.
Audio Hijack will. Amadeus Pro will probably work fine for like 4 tracks.
But good questions, y'all.
Yes.
All right.
Anything else on these?
I think that's it for the Air, for the Neo.
Neo.
For the
Yep.
Neo.
Okay, let's talk about the things that other people probably won't care as much about. The studio displays. So we got the studio display and the studio display XDR. Studio display, I think, has Thunderbolt 5, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
And the studio display XDR has 2 of them. The studio display XDR can charge at 140 watts. I think the regular display is still 96. Of course, one costs $1,600 and one costs $3,300.
Yes.
Oof, those are steep prices.
Yeah, for monitors. But they have speakers. They have basically they're running a version of iOS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love my studio display. That's how I use my video and audio.
It's even if you're blind, it's good at lining you up visually for
I
video.
love it.
And the Studio Display XDR actually gets things in a lot better color and a lot higher quality with better refresh rate than the regular studio displays do. So they look much better.
But I heard online normally those XDR displays are like $6,000.
5,000.
I've heard 6. Are you sure that the XDR is not 5,000, right? I can't remember.
The old one was 5,000.
Ah.
As
But
as
yes,
far as estimate I looked.
they've just came down in price, which is good.
Yep. And instead of a 32, it's a 27-inch, just like the regular studio display. It's using the Pro Display XDR, the Liquid Retina XDR is what it is. With 2300 dimming zones and all kinds of other craziness, so it looks really good. Good inky blacks, really good speakers. I want that display. I want it in my life yesterday.
Yeah, you do.
So those are the displays. All of these things are available on Wednesday, the 11th, which happens to be the day we're going to the Apple Store.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a fun week next week. I don't, by the way, that's a good segue. I don't think there'll be a stream next week because I'm technically off of work. So I'm taking a vacation.
Yep, it's going to be a fun week. And then I guess we can talk about the MacBook Pros. Now, are y'all excited about these?
Yes.
Well, they are pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we got a 14-inch and a 16-inch. All MacBook Pro models have gone up to 1 TB of storage as the base,
That's crazy.
except for the Max, which has gone up to 2 TB. You can get the M4, M5 Pro, and M5 Max in 14 and 16-inch models. But here's a PSA: don't buy the 16-inch in 14. Don't buy the M5 Max in 14-inch. Upgrade to 16. It's not that much more money. And the reason is that the bigger enclosure gives more thermal room for the heat to go. Your processor will work better longer.
And even though I may not need all that screen real estate, I'm still buying the 16-inch for the AI.
And you get better speakers.
Yes.
And more battery.
More battery is
24
always
hours,
better.
right?
Yeah. So that is why it's good to have 16-inch. If you need that power, get that power. Every GPU core up to 40 cores on the Max has AI cores as well. So you get a lot more power on these machines.
Absolutely. And I need the AI cores.
So really cool stuff. I would check it out. And I mean, the Pro is no slouch. The M5 Pro is no slouch of a machine either. They start at like $2,600, go all the way up to, I mean, you could max these things out at 8 TB and 128 gigs of RAM at like $7,200, if not more.
Holy moly.
We have a friend that did that on the M3 Max.
I know. I still think that's crazy.
So, really cool stuff. A lot of great hardware, a lot of great things that were announced. The interesting thing is these machines are powerhouses. I mean, they're going to run AI better than any PC.
Absolutely.
Taylor, it's your channel, but I think it's a good time to talk about what can we do with all of this new hardware. Is it worth it?
Let's go into that, Michael. It is my channel, but it's also a channel where we can talk about these kind of things. So let's talk about it.
So, what are your thoughts?
I think, wait, you're saying the hardware.
Say
Okay.
again.
I didn't hear part of what you were saying, so you have to repeat it. Zoom cut out.
I was saying, well, what do you think about the hardware? Like, what do you think you'll be able to do with this hardware?
I will be able to train models with MLX, convert them into MLX format, do inference, which is when you actually use the AI model, do a lot of concurrent tasks, Xcode, have simulators. Oh, I don't know, run my app. Perspective Studio. Anybody getting any hints already? Yeah. Be able to do a lot of that kind of stuff, just all this kind of cool AI stuff. There's things I don't even know about yet, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we'll be able to do with this. I mean, training AI is one little thing. Being able to um, compile apps and run those things in running multiple simulators, running multiple platforms, Android, iOS, and do AI inference at the same time.
Love it.
Doing AI coding on device. That'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to do that. GPT OSS 20B. Or and we got a really cool thing to help us with that, at least for foundation models, don't we, Michael? That's a whole
Yeah,
other topic, but
and I want to try out this new Quinn model that is supposed to be the equivalent of GPT 4.0, but in 4B format. So,
well, you could actually try that on your iPhone. Yeah, you could actually try that on your iPhone.
so there's some really cool things that are out there.
And of course, there's also video description models. I'm excited about those too.
You know, we used to buy better hardware for gaming and things like that, but now we buy better hardware for AI.
And it's gonna keep getting better and better. I'm really excited for the future of AI.
So Becky, when you get an upgraded Mac and things like that, what are you excited about? What are the things that
Oh
you
man. Well, in the future, when I decide to buy a Mac and get a Mac, the things that I'm excited about are, just being able to do actual training of AI models and learn that, do some inferencing because I had bought my Windows machine. I had done all this research. I had hoped all the research said that I could do all the things I wanted to do, and I can't. I cannot train AI models on my PC, um, much to my chagrin, but that's okay. I can inference them, but I cannot train or like fine tune them, which kind of sucks, but that's all right. Um, so I want to definitely play with that and really get into that. I, continuing to code, continuing really I want to mess around with Xcode and really learn more about that. I've been learning Swift and really want to run some apps and run my apps and see how they run because it's different from my understanding of how they run on a Mac versus on Swift Playgrounds on my iPad. So. And those are just some big to dos of what I would do.
fantastic.
Anything else, y'all?
I can't think of anything major. I'm just excited to
No,
see where we go.
I think we're good.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other chats. Last call, and then we'll head out.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, no stream next week. And see you guys.
Don't forget to download Perspective Intelligence, perspectiveintelligence.app.
Good point. Good point. We also have other projects in there too. You know what? Just follow us. Like I said, my Substack, Michael's is in there as well. Follow us because we have some really cool projects that we released this week. Michael, do you want to do a blurb about that, or are we all good on that angle?
We've mentioned some of these projects, but well, we'll talk about those on another stream. I think we can go into some good detail about what those are.
Yeah, I think we should do like a release party or something. But anyway, um, yeah, have a wonderful weekend, y'all, and see you guys in a couple weeks when I return.